Hi guys, today I want to show you 5 essential exercises every saxophone player should know. Whether you're just starting out or you've been playing for a while already, whether you play classical music, jazz or any other style, these exercises will really help you boost your sound and technique. Let's jump right in with number 1. First, we have the onset offset exercise, and this exercise is really great to develop your breath control, your armature control and your dynamic range. The goal of this exercise is to start from complete silence, then smoothly increase the volume and then go back to complete silence. Let me show you how this exercise sounds like. The hardest part of this exercise is the beginning, and what will really help you with this is to start with a lot of air and a relaxed armature. Then you gradually increase the tension in your armature until the reed starts to vibrate. When you try this exercise for yourself, you will be probably surprised how little tension in your armature you actually need to produce a sound. And this is a really crucial lesson to learn. I would recommend that you start this exercise with G in the first octave going up to mid C, but later you should also expand and do this exercise in any other register of the saxophone. Next up is my favorite breathing exercise. And we have one big problem as saxophone players. Usually in our daily lives we breathe into our chest, and to develop a really great saxophone sound and a good flowing technique, we need to learn to breathe deeper in our ribs and also in our diaphragm. And to develop this deep breathing, there's a great exercise that I will show you. You start by leaning forward on a chair. Then you take your hands on your lower back and breathe in as deeply as you can. Try to really feel the breath in your back with your hands. The next step is to do the same with the saxophone. So you lean forward on a chair again, take one hand on your lower back, breathe in deeply, check if you can feel it in your back, and now use this air to play a note, for example a G in the first octave. When you've done this for a while sitting, try to stand up. Lean forward and do the same. If you listen closely when doing this exercise, you should right away hear a clear difference in your sound. Your sound will become darker, fuller, and you will have more projection. Let's now switch from breathing and sound exercises to develop our finger technique. For that, we take the F major scale. The F major scale is relatively easy to play and covers the whole range of your instrument. Let's quickly remember that the F major scale has one flat, meaning that B becomes B flat. The rest of the notes are all the same as in the C major scale. The first step is to slowly play the F major scale from the F in the first octave up to high F, then all the way down to low B flat, and then back to the note where we started. Then the second step is to start anywhere in the F major scale and spontaneously go up and down. So you might start on A, for example, go up until E, then you turn around and go down to G, then you again turn and go up until G in the second octave, then you turn around and so on. You get the idea. So we practice here to freely move around in the scale. And this will give a real boost to your technique because you have here the chance to practice the lower notes and the highest notes in all variations. You can even take it one step further and also include the glue exercise, as I call it. With the glue exercise, we imagine that our fingers are glued to the keys. And this means that when you play through the F major scale, your fingers need to stay in contact with the keys at all times. So you play now up and down the scale of F major, and your fingers are not allowed to lose touch with the keys at the same time. Do this very slowly in the beginning, because this can be a really hard exercise if you've never done anything like that. Minimizing your finger movements like that is really one of the keys to develop a fast technique. If you watch, for example, videos of Charlie Parker playing, you will see that he really perfected this. The next exercise is called the octave exercise. As saxophone players, one challenge is to play bigger intervals smoothly. Probably it also happened to you that when you were playing A in the second octave, going down to D in the second octave, it just stayed somehow A. And this can be fixed by improving your flexibility. The exercise goes like this. We start with D in the second octave, and while playing, you release the octave key and try to smoothly transition to D in the first octave. And then we press the octave key again and go back to the high D, while we try to really change nothing in our embouchure and try to stay as relaxed as possible. Next, we do the same with E, F, G, and all the way up to C. Make sure to do this exercise very slowly and try to notice any tension. If you feel any tension, try to release it. And as I mentioned before, especially when you go back to the higher octave, try to stay as relaxed as possible. In this exercise, we really try to take some of the relaxed embouchure that we have in the lower register up to the higher register. The overall goal here is to make the transition between the octaves as smooth as possible. The fifth exercise is the low note exercise. This is a really great exercise because it enables you to be your own teacher and teach yourself how your saxophone should sound like. Naturally, the best sounding note on the saxophone is the low B flat. And this is the case because the whole instrument vibrates when you play the low B flat and the air column is the longest. Let's compare it, for example, with middle C. Here the air column is much shorter because the air column more or less ends where the first keys are open. And notes with a shorter air column like the middle C tend to sound thinner and weaker. And our goal is to make these notes sound as full as possible. So in the low note exercise, we start with playing the low B flat and really intently listen to the sound quality of the note. Then we slur to the next note, the C, and try to maintain the same sound quality. Next, we play the low B flat and slur to the low D, then to the low E, and so on. You can do this up until the highest notes on the saxophone. And as I mentioned before, the shorter the air column, the weaker the sound, so the bigger the difference will be to the low B flat. Let's, for example, compare the low B flat to the middle B flat. It might take a while for you to really be able to listen closely to the sound quality, but this is a really great chance to learn what a great saxophone sound is all about. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you want to learn more about exercises to improve your finger technique, make sure to check out this video next. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos like this. See you next time.